Hi guys, this is another tutorial that I have created for you. It's going to be perfect for those of you that are absolutely glitter obsessed like me. So I'm starting off by creating my brows. As you know, brows are so important nowadays. They absolutely frame the face, so I'm going to be creating these first. I am using a brow fluid line gel in the colour Dirty Blonde. And I'm applying this with my 209 brush. I do like to take my time with brows, trying to get them as symmetrical as possible, so don't feel like you need to neglect them. Using my disposable wand where necessary, just to brush through the product. And then I'm taking my Select Cover Up Concealer in NW15, sharpening the brow underneath and then painting the entire lid area. I'm taking this quite far out, and I will do so in the inner corner as well. Kind of think of it as a canvas. Once you've done this on one side, you want to repeat it on the other side. The brush that I'm using is a 248. This is a little small flathead brush, and I'm kind of packing in the product to see when it's set. Next, I want to mattify this concealer using a translucent powder, and I'm using my 224 brush. You just want to create a really light veil. My first transition colour is going to be soft brown. You'll notice as well throughout that I do like to create a smoky eye with my model's eye open. This allows me to see the area of which I need to apply my product. It's quite nice to reference with having them open and closed, just so you can double check the shape and make sure they're symmetrical. And again, with each stage of application, I'm repeating that exactly the same on the other side. Buff down the soft brown underneath the lower lashes. I'm buffing it out quite low as well. I want it to be a really blown out soft smoky eye. This brush is a 217. It's absolutely fantastic at blending. It really does all the work for you. The next colour I'm going to apply is an eyeshadow called Red Brick. I'm kind of going over where I've applied my transition colour. I want it to sit in the crease. I'm not worrying too much about the product sitting on the lid because we will be going back over, cutting the lid and intensifying with darker colours. Blow this out underneath using the exact same colour. Again, repeating the same stage on the other side. The next colour I'm applying is a really deep, rich brown. It's called Brown Script. It's really going to complement the warm colours that we've already put on the lid. I'm applying this again with a 217, and then I'm using my 224 just to create a really soft edge. Buff this underneath the bottom lashes as well, and you can take this product onto the outer corner of the lid. We want to start to create a little bit of drama. Once you're happy with the shape, you can then take your darker colour. I'm using a 239 brush. This is kind of like a little flat, dense brush, and it's packing on a little bit more product for me. Fantastic if you want to intensify the colour. Constantly going back in with my 217 and my 224. My next shade is going to be the darkest that we're going to take it. It is called Embark. This is kind of like a dark brown. I'm applying this in the outer corner, just below the crease, and buffing in with my 217. It's quite nice to build up your colours, especially if you want a really good colour payoff. So every time I'm blending them in together, I'm going back in with my 213 and intensifying those colours together. Remember, the more you build up the colours, the more stronger the colour payoff is going to be. Using the exact same brush, I'm now buffing this under the bottom lashes. Keep it as close to the lash root as you can. You really want to see the transition of the warm red buffed lower down with the darker colour closer to the eyelashes. Ensure that you've created a really soft rounded shape still. Next, I'm taking my Select Cover Up Concealer. This is the first product that we used at the beginning. I'm cutting a oval crease cut over the lid, using the exact same brush I did before. You want to keep it really rounded, and as you get to the outer corner, you can kind of almost fade the strong harsh line. We want the prominence to be at the beginning in the inner corner. Make sure the consistency is even, and then you can set it with a translucent powder. Now the colour that I'm taking over this oval shape is a beautiful rich gold. It is called Amber Lights, kind of a metallic-y shimmery colour, and I'm using my 239 to press this onto the lid. You do want to take a little bit of extra care applying it, as it needs to be quite precise. Remember to repeat the exact same stage on the other side. I'm just taking a couple more minutes to make sure everything is perfect, and then we can go in with our glitter. Now I do get asked quite frequently which glitter glue I use. It is the Glue Adhesive by Too Faced. It's absolutely fantastic. Kind of almost works as a primer. It is a clear consistency, so I'm loading my brush up, taking the amount of glitter I need, and then pressing it on top of the eye colour that we've just popped it on. You will get a little bit of droppage underneath, but we are going to be cleaning that up at the end to apply the base. Next, we want to create our eyeliner, so I'm taking the gel fluid line in the shade Black Track and using my 263 to get a really sharp line. Remember to get your model to double check and open their eyes, just to make sure that you've got a really even straight line. Because of the texture of the glitter underneath, take a little bit more extra time to get a really sharp line. You can see I'm getting a little bit of tension underneath the brow, and that's just to create a sharp flat edge. When I'm happy with my line, I'm going to buff that in all the way to the outer corner, and I'm taking my Embark with the same 239 brush, going back over the outer corner and buffing with my 217. Once you've added your eye kohl, you can then buff that into the bottom lashes. I like to use the pencil called Feline. It is a really dark, rich black. Fantastic colour payoff. Coat the natural lashes in your chosen mascara. I'm using in Extreme Dimension. Make sure that all the natural lashes are completely coated in the black pigment. Just going back in and intensifying that waterline. Apply mascara on the bottom lashes. Can't go wrong with a bit of mascara on the bottom eyelashes. This is absolutely vital when creating a really dramatic eye look like this. Now I've loaded my eyelashes with my Duo adhesive glue. The eyelash style that I've used is 149. They are by an eyelash company called Eldora. Absolutely beautiful, so soft and fluffy. Can you see how much that's intensified the eye makeup already? Cleaning up underneath all the droppage of the glitter and the dark pigment, and then your model's skin is ready to be prepped. So I'm going in with my chosen moisturiser. Again, you can use whatever moisturiser you prefer, preferably based on their skin type. Now you want to start creating your base. So I am using my absolute favourite brush ever. It is the 135. So soft. It's kind of like a really big blending brush. The foundation that I'm using is Studio Sculpt in NW20. Again, we want a really nice flawless base, so I'm using full coverage to enhance the dramatic eyes, and I'm just taking the time to buff that into the skin. Remember, you want to leave a lynch gap around the eye area so you can work in the foundation around the small areas. I'm using my 283 duo fibre, buffed in all the way underneath with the exact same product. So to keep my brows really defined and sharp, I'm taking the time to go back around the outer corners using my 195 brush. This is a flat angled shape, it's almost a pointy shape, and this allows me to get a really sharp edge. When using dark colours, it's so important to set underneath. This is to stop the pressing or the movement of your eyeshadows on your base. So I'm just setting that with a translucent powder. To create my contour, I'm using my 168 brush, and the blusher colour is called Harmony. And to create my highlight, I'm using a 164. Again, I'm using Soft and Gentle, and I've actually mixed this with a brand new highlighter. It is an extra dimension highlighter in the shade Show Gold. So I'm following the natural lip line of my model. The lip pencil that I'm using is in the shade called Spice. Just taking the time to get a really symmetrical shape. I'm now applying the lipstick colour in half and half, blending it into the lip pencil that we've popped on beforehand. This colour is absolutely beautiful. It really brings out the red tone in the eyes. And you're done. So here is our completed dramatic smoky eye look. A big thank you to my model and my cinematographer. Thank you so much for helping me create this tutorial. And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that's watched this video. I'd love to hear your feedback and if there's any other looks that you would like to see.